Sparks fly as a massive, iron-reinforced stone gate slams down. A 19-year-old kid named Min-jun throws his bruised, bleeding body across the floor. His fingers scrape the rough stone, lunging for the shrinking gap. He misses the edge by a fraction of an inch. Through the tiny grating in the door, he makes eye contact with Park Hyunwoo, the leader of his guild. Hyunwoo isn't panicking. He looks down at Min-jun, and slowly a cold, amused smile spreads across his face. "Thanks for buying us 5 seconds, kid," Hyunwoo says. "Your debt is officially cleared." Then he turns and sprints into the dark. Behind Min-jun, the air in the sealed room grows heavy. A thick crimson aura begins to bleed from the shadows, accompanied by the slow, rhythmic sound of monstrous breathing. A human being looked a kid in the eyes and smiled while sealing him in a tomb. To understand how it came to this, we need to jump back 30 minutes. Outside an abandoned subway station, a jagged portal bleeds purple energy into the street. A crew of heavily armored hunters laugh and prep their weapons, while Min-jun struggles to strap an 80-pound tactical pack onto his scrawny frame. In this world, the rank you awaken with is a hard, permanent ceiling. You can't train your way out of it. Being born in F rank is a life sentence. Min-jun has 0 combat stats and 0 magical affinity. His only skill is Identify Level 1. He is effectively a walking barcode scanner for the guild's loot. Hyunwoo steps onto the asphalt, driving his heavy leather boot directly over Min-jun's hand, crushing his fingers against the pavement without breaking stride. A typical F-rank porter makes a flat, meager daily wage, but Min-jun's medical debt for his mother's life support is structured as a predatory, high-interest loan. It compounds aggressively, an exponential curve constantly outpacing anything he can earn. Min-jun isn't an employee, he's an asset. If he tries to quit, the medical funding stops, and his mother's oxygen gets turned off by morning. Deep inside the dungeon, the raid party effortlessly cleaves through weak, goblin-like creatures. Min-jun trails far behind them, panting and staggering under the sheer weight of their supplies. Suddenly, the guild mage's mana sensors start glitching out. The party stumbles into a hidden, circular obsidian chamber, completely unlisted on the association's maps. The ambient energy inside is thick enough to choke on. Sitting dead center in the room is an ancient stone chest, wrapped entirely in rusted iron chains, violently vibrating against the stone. Greed flashes in Hyunwoo's eyes. An undocumented chest usually contains an unranked relic, something he can sell on the black market for hundreds of millions. He orders Min-jun to open it. Min-jun hesitates. The air feels like lead in his lungs, his instincts screaming that the mana concentration here is high enough to vaporize a low-rank body in seconds. Min-jun's objections are cut short. Hyunwoo draws his glowing broadsword and presses the freezing edge directly against Min-jun's throat. His choices are to die right here or walk toward the chest. Min-jun slowly walks up to the altar. His hand trembles as he reaches out and presses his calloused palm against the freezing iron. He silently prays that it's just a normal item, that he'll survive the next 10 seconds and make it home to his mom. He whispers the command to activate his Identify skill. His standard blue system interface shatters. The holographic screen violently glitches out, rapidly twisting into a harsh, pulsing blood red. Instead of returning an item name, corrupted prompt windows cascade across his vision. The text reads, "Warning, unauthorized user detected, bypassing security protocol. Welcome back." The system didn't just fail, it recognized him. By using Identify on the chest, Min-jun didn't trigger a trap. He unknowingly authenticated a login that had been dormant for centuries, forcing the dungeon to bypass its own safety protocols. The rusted chains immediately detonate off the chest. The massive stone ceiling splits wide open. A Calamity-class entity drops into the chamber. It is a colossal 6-winged shadow beast with hollow, burning red eyes, descending like a fallen god. The heavily armored guild members instantly break. They drop their high-tier weapons to the floor and scramble like rats for the exit. This is how we end up back at the Iron Gate. Hyun-Roo reaches the outer lever first. He slams it down, securing his own survival at the direct expense of Min-jun. Trapped inside, Min-jun is hit by the sheer physical gravity of the monster's aura. It crushes him to his knees, cracking the solid stone beneath him and drawing blood straight from his mouth. Completely paralyzed, Min-jun can only look up. He watches the shadow monster raise a colossal blade forged entirely from pure, pitch-black energy. The people he spent 2 years serving abandoned him to clear a balance sheet. He is entirely alone in the dark, waiting to be executed by a god.